did you decide not to even meet with Kaysen in that 8th inning when the bases were loaded, 1 out? Just what about him did you think, I maybe not prepared him for that moment, but made you think that he could just kind of get through it, I guess?
Well, there's 2 answers to that. The first answer is we were out of visits. I'm like the basketball coach that doesn't take his timeouts on the bus with him. And I thought when we had first and second with no outs, when DJ was in the game, after he hit the guy, after getting him to 2 strikes, I felt like that was the game right there. And I went out there, and then we got the double play ball. Then I was just kind of watching his body language, and it suggested to me like the game wasn't speeding up on him. And my thought was we would make a pitching change if we needed to go out there again. But, the Kansas State game, the DBU game, those 2 come to Omaha here on Friday, 4-2. I felt like we have gotten him the runway, to be ready for that. And, as you can see with Derek, with William, with Kaysen, if they're good enough, how old they are does not matter. And the reason those guys are ready to help you win an SEC game is right head, right heart, maturity, all those things. So, number 1, we were out of visits because I thought the game we needed to stay ahead in that inning when DJ was out there. And then number 2 was I thought we would make a pitching change if I needed to go back out there again. And, man, that was impressive. What was impressive about it is that was 2 of their better hitters. So, good job by Kaysen tonight.
How did he sort of lock in after they had loaded the bases? He had that second walk. I mean, obviously he's throwing more strikes, but did you see anything more specific to that sort of led to more of the strikes?
A good reset. We talk a lot about, this is not going to go perfect. Unfortunately, as much as I would like it to go perfect, baseball is not designed that way. And we actually work on this of a reset and a recommitment to your plan when things go bad. And I saw him do that tonight. I mean, it's as good as examples we've had all year of that.
Been a tough start for Brazwell. He gets the bunts down, but then that 9-pitch at bat where he gets the RBI hit, how big was that?
It's huge. 3 RBIs. Great defensive play with the man on third with 2 outs in the 7th to keep the lead. I thought Michael played great. And, there's a lot of ways to contribute to winning in how we design baseball here. And nobody contributed more to winning tonight than Michael.
How has he kind of managed, being in and out of the lineup this season?
He's 22 years old. He has probably more SEC baseball experience than anybody on our team, or tied with Josh Pearson. You get a lot of value out of seniors on your team. And I think just maturity. So, and what I mean by that is, he cares a lot. I mean, he decided to come back this year. He could have gone to pro baseball. He decided he wanted to be here. So this is important to him. So sometimes when it's important, players will try to do too much or press. I saw a little bit of that early. Obviously we've got another good option with Tanner Reeves as a left-handed hitter who's been playing well too. So utilize both their skills, but he can look at it from a mature thing of hey, I'm not playing as good as I want to, instead of being disappointed and getting distracted by his disappointment. He's just kept working. I mean, he's put some good swings on some balls while he's been in and out of the lineup. And, man, sure glad we put him in there today.
With William, was it tough for him to sort of reset after the home run?
I'll have to talk to him about that. I mean, he did walk the next 2 guys. Again, that is not surprising at all. I can't wait to get him back out there again. What I know about him is that will not impact the next performance out of him. And, man, he looked so good in the 6th. I mean, great double play ball. Huge double play was a huge part of the game tonight, turning 2 double plays. And then punch out to end the inning. The homer actually caught me off guard a little bit because I thought his stuff looked so crisp and so sharp. He'll learn from that. And the good news is he's good enough that he'll take that and use tonight's struggle, if you want to call it that, and turn it into a positive.
Did you see Peter Hines in the game today?
I thought he competed really well. I thought he got off to a great start in the 1st inning. That's a positive. I thought he mowed through the 2nd. I thought the 3rd inning, keeping that at a 1 was awesome. That, again, we were in the middle of their good hitters at that time, or their best hitters, I should say. So keeping that at a 1 was great, and he was almost there. As I was kind of looking at the lineup and the game, and in my mind, I wanted him to go through twice, and then we were going to go to Connor tonight. Like, that was kind of the plan, and we almost got there. I mean, he was literally 2 strikes or 1 hitter away from getting the job done, which I would have let him probably go back out there. But he'll be fine, in a different way than William. He's very strong-minded. Like, he'll move on positively from tonight.
You mentioned wanting to get guys back out there. Connor seems like he's a good example. Got back out
Yeah.
there, goes an inning plus. Talk about his bounce back.
Yeah, he's a really good pitcher. I mean, I went on the record and said I thought he was one of our best pitchers, if not our best pitcher on the entire staff. And, one poor outing or a poor outing and a half, like, doesn't change that. What I'll give him credit for is him not letting that, again, kind of common theme, affect how he approached tonight. Went to work on some mental game stuff, mental skill stuff, very simplistic, and brought it in there immediately. And I thought he was excellent. I don't know if you get 4 or 5 outs.
4 outs.
4 outs, yeah, against their top 5 hitters. Left a runner in scoring position. Our pitchers did a great job of leaving guys on base tonight. I don't know how many they left on, but it seemed like it was a lot in key spots.
With DJ, how important was he going to be in this series?
Huge, yeah. I mean, he was mad at me for taking him out yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, Coach, don't take this the wrong way, but I could have totally finished this game. And you know what I said to him? I know, but you might pitch 3 times this weekend. And I haven't looked at the count, but he's probably on the board again for tomorrow.
Is that something you'd like to see out of a guy, just competitive nature?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't want it any other way. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be like, what's that movie, Semi-Pro, Jackie Moon? Like, everybody love everybody all the time. It doesn't have to be like that. Like, that's not the real world, So, like, it's okay that they want a little more, I mean, like, the guys that platoon a little bit left, right, like, they want to play every game. I don't want it any other way. Like, it's just not – you're not a competitive person if you're not wanting a little bit more.
Anything their staff.
Great reference, wasn't it? Yeah. Jackie
We had
Moon.
a conversation the other day about Will Ferrell movies, so it's interesting that you
Cool.
brought that up.
We have time for one more.
Can you talk about Kaysen again?
Yeah, he's
Did
awesome.
you think about, what was your decision process throwing him back out there in the ninth? Was that
Yeah.
was a no-brainer?
Yes and no. I'll start with the no. Like, that was as high a leverage, 13,000 people on their feet, going crazy, and him battling through that, striking out 2 of their better guys. He does the adrenaline dump thing. At least that's what I call it when the pitcher gets super fired up. It's usually a bad move to bring them back out there. But I trust him. Like, I mean, it's a big recruiting win for us. There's some guys, when you get them, you just know that it's going to be a big deal. That was one of them. And he's got a ton of talent. I mean, he's running the fastball up there to 96 or 97 tonight, 3+ pitches. But it's just the competitive nature of the person. And you have to have that in your guy that leads on the weekend and the guy that finishes games. And
What did he tell you?
Nothing. I didn't go to him.
Did he
yeah.
ask you to go back out? Or?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Yeah. I did peek down the dugout after there was no outs. The inning was about to start, and just kind of looked at his general disposition. Like, he'd got himself back under control, and I could see like the focus that was going to be needed to finish the game. And I mean, he finishes it on a PFP. He was a really good high school infielder. So strikeout. He just took the last inning himself. That was awesome.
You guys had just lost the lead, and how important was it to show that you guys can lay down those bunts and play that small ball, for future opponents that you guys have? You talked earlier about this team can win offensively in a multitude of ways. Just the importance of being able to kind of show that.
Yeah, to me, you use the word win, kind of a whatever it takes mentality. We work on it a lot. Braz, how many times have you worked on a 0 push here in 2 years?
Countless.
30,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and really good technique. He had a couple bunts in Frisco in that Sam Houston game. And again, we scored a lot of runs, but we only won by 4. So, the reason, he plays is because he impacts winning. And he really impacted winning tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Coach.
guys.